Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, we're going to take a look at another Sencut knife, and well, I mean, obviously by the title of this video, it is by far my favorite Sencut that I have seen to date. This is the Honoris. Now, of course, this one just happens to be in that wood that I've probably failed to pronounce correctly every time I've said it, but it's in Guibortia wood. That's what I'm going with. So, I really, really, really like the way this looks. Now, there are three different versions of this. You definitely have like a gray micarta, and you can find these on Amazon, by the way. Um, Gray micarta, that one's like 44 bucks. This wooden one is 45 and a half, I think, 45.50. And then there's a black G10 and dark Damascus one for 75. But let's just take a look at the one we got. I really, really like the grain in this wood. You know, it's not like heavy grain. It's real of a fine, kind of feathery sort of grain. Now you got a little bit more of your typical wood grain structure here on the clip side. But on the show side, it's more of that feathery sort of wood grain, which I'm kind of digging, definitely. As you can see there, you do have a deep carry clip, which it is that old style clip, the immediate slant down clip, reversible, so there you go. Now you don't have a lanyard hole, but you do have a post there that you could definitely throw a lanyard on for the lanyard fans, if you choose to do so. Really, really well done. The wood is chamfered nicely, sanded. It's done very, very well. And then again, I mean, you know, coming from the Wee Civivi family, I really haven't had an issue with any of these knives. You know, even though they're their, I guess, super budget line, if you will. I mean, I guess this is now the budget line with the 9CR blade. You know, basically, I always say this, but Sencut is what Civivi used to be, and that's pretty much the way I see it. All the first Civivis, you know, were 9CR and very, very good. And yeah, I am definitely open construction there. Really nice. Like I said, 45 bucks for this one. Now, as you can see there, it is a flipper. You do have some jimping on the flipper, which is okay. It's all right. It's not great, but it's all right. But I tell you what, guys, one of my favorite aspects of this knife, wow, there's a lot, to be perfectly honest with you. That detent, for me, is dang near perfect, man. It pops, it's going. There's no question that knife is coming open. The action, my goodness, the action is really, really good. Yeah, dang, we kind of looked at the centering there real quick. I mean, it looks pretty darn centered. It actually may be off to the clip side just a hair. Yeah, it might be. But I tell you what, that doesn't affect anything. The action is fantastic. We're solid. No lock rock, no wiggle, no wobble. And dang. And there you go. Look at that. It's a 9CR blade like this. You got kind of that darker stonewash on it. Of course, you have the Sencut name right there, which I know that's not going to make a few people happy, and that's okay. I understand that. No worries. There you go. You got your 9CR kind of tucked in there, so that's tucked away. I know there's a little bit of billboarding there. Now, and then you've got the generous thumb hole, middle finger flick, whatever you want to call it. And it is super, man, if I can do it this easy, holy cow. Yeah. It is super fidgety, guys. Man, the action and detent just really, really sets this knife off for me. All right, so let's see what we have here. Our overall specs. We are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're looking at about 7 3/4. You're looking at almost 4. You're kind of in between 4 1/4 and 4 1/2. You got about a 3.5-inch blade, so we're gonna go 4 1/4 on the handle. Your grip length 3 and just about 3/4. So it's pretty much right in my wheelhouse is what I like to have as far as a grip on a knife. And oh man, is that baby comfortable. So comfortable in hand. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But, all right, let's do our size comparisons. Of course, as always, we're going to throw the PM2 out there. Yep, the PM2 is definitely a larger knife. Not a lot larger, but it's definitely a larger knife. Get that pivot to pivot. The blades are pretty close, man. Really kind of equal. And then, of course, the PM2's got it on the handle side. And then, of course, we'll throw up the bug out. And now the Honoris has got it by about as much as the PM2 did. Actually, the Honoris has got a little bit on the blade as well. So maybe about a 1/4 inch or so. But let's get a weight on it. It's probably in between maybe 3.5. Well, I thought it was heavier than that. Okay, dang, right about 3. Okay. And 86 grams. So it's not bad as far as the weight goes. And then, of course, we're going to check out that carry. We'll definitely talk about the clip a little bit more. But yeah, deep carry. Very nice. I like it a lot. Now, it does carry very well. Well, we'll just talk about it now. Oh, pulled a thread off my... It's got pretty good retention, as you can see. But no, it's not bad. I mean, could it be a little stiffer? Yeah, it probably could. But I mean, it's not bad. Not bad at all. The one thing I will point out about the clip is I noticed is in my grip on this wood handle, you see that? The clip likes, and it's even a double... It's a double screw, recess screw, as a matter of fact, which is nice. But it does move around a little bit on that wood handle. So I'm going to try to tighten up these screws a little bit. Now, I did forget to mention off the top, and I do apologize, this was sent out by the Apex Pass Around group. And, of course, came from Sencut Civivi to the group. So thank you very much to Apex and Sencut for sending this out. But let's talk about our overall. Yeah. I am really digging. Now, it gives me kind of a riffle vibe, and I really enjoyed the riffle as well. Because if I remember correctly, the riffle I had the Guibortia wood, or it had wood anyway. I believe it was Guibortia wood. And the dark Damascus. And that looked really good together. And, you know, I kind of get the riffle vibe from this, on this one. And, you know, that's not uncommon from what I've been seeing from a lot of the Sencut knives, because a lot of them kind of look like redesigned Civivi or Wii models, which, you know, I don't mind that, to be perfectly honest with you. Not saying that they are, but they do kind of look that way. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't know. But they kind of look that way. But I'm okay with it because I'm really digging the vibe I get from this one. It is very comfortable in my hand. Absolutely. The ergonomics are fantastic. I mentioned that grip. Oh, it feels wonderful in my hand. It's very comfortable to use. I mean, there's no hot spots. I can feel the clip a little bit. I have to mention that. And that's honestly what made me notice that movement is the first time I grabbed it, I felt that clip kind of slide a little bit. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And other than that, I am really digging the Honoris. It is by far my favorite of the ones I've seen so far. You know, I haven't seen every Sencut out there, but from what I've seen so far, it's on point. And I am really digging that. I love the overall profile. I love the drop. It's got a nice elongated, kind of simple drop to it, a nice swedge. Now, the one thing is the choil. The choil isn't really there, really. You see your plunge grind does extend kind of out there a bit, so you don't necessarily have a choil. If you want to choke forward, you're definitely going to have to trigger that flipper tab and kind of stay back. But I mean, you're right there. As you can see, you're right there on the corner of that blade. So you'll definitely have to be careful about that. But yeah, that 3 3/4 handle pretty much fits me right in my 3 3/4 inch hand. That 3.5 to 3 3/4, man, that just it fits me like a glove, and I love it. Absolutely, 100%. Now, you know, there's a lot of these Sencuts out there, and I've seen a few of them, as I said, and overall, I have not been disappointed at all, to be perfectly honest with you. Like I said, they're what Civivi used to be. Now that Civivi's using their, you know, your higher grade steels and all that, I think Sencut is filling that void, if you will, that less than $50. Because like I said, these are, well, two of the three models are less than $50. The G10 and Damascus one is $75, so that does kind of bump it up, and it doesn't really say what kind of Damascus it is, so it's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm sure, knowing where it comes from, I'm sure it does very well, because, well, most of the knives I've seen, I don't even know if I've ever had an issue with a Civivi Wii, you know, obviously, other than my button lock issues with the Elementum. Yes, we know. But, you know, as far as an operation or longevity, no issues whatsoever. I mean, my Backlash that I have that's got their 9CR on it, I've used it quite a bit, and it holds an edge really fairly well, honestly. So let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think of the Honoris? Have you had your hands on one? Do you have one? I'd really like to know your thoughts on it. If you do, if you have experience with it, please share it down in the comments. Always love talking knives with you guys. Again, thank you very much to Apex Pass Around Group and to Sencut for sending out the Honoris. This is going to be headed off to the next participant in the pass around. So keep your eyes open, guys. There'll be more reviews coming for sure. But thanks a lot, guys. Always appreciate you. Remember, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.